A good evening it is to you. Welcome to Equity News on Equity Access. Thank you for joining us as we broadcast live from our Hampton studios in the capital. My name is Caroline Shkerima. A veteran economist and member of the Monetary Policy Committee, Professor Ashok Chakravarti, says the parallel market is responsible for the prevailing market distortions that are playing out on the foreign exchange market and the depreciating exchange rate. Let's listen in.
So I think the depreciation of the exchange rate that you're seeing is actually what is happening on the parallel market. Currently what we see is most of the activity and the information that we get is from a parallel market, because in Zimbabwe we have not had a formal foreign exchange market for over 20 years. On one side we've had the flows that come from retention, the official flows which are handled by the Reserve Bank. That has always been allocated administratively on one side. So there's been no market to fix a rate. It's an administrative rate that's been fixed. At the same time, if you look at the banking sector, which also receives a significant proportion of foreign exchange flows from the exporters and others, they again have not ever traded with each other. What happens within a bank is that you have bilateral transactions between customers, exporter and importer, with the bank playing the role of the intermediary. So the bottom line is that all the foreign exchange in Zimbabwe for the last 20 odd years has never been traded on a normal foreign exchange market as exists in other countries. So this is the reason why the exchange rate that we see here today is, in our opinion, completely fictitious. It is actually a reflection of small trades happening on the parallel market, which doesn't reflect the true value of foreign exchange. So one of the focuses of the Monetary Policy Committee, and probably one of our major goals in the immediate term, is that we are working with the Reserve Bank and also with the banking sector to set up a formal foreign exchange trading platform in which all the foreign exchange that is being held, certainly by the banking sector and by their clients, will be traded.
But we already have the interbank market system.
Yeah.
With what you're creating, are you creating something that is independent of that, or it's pretty much a matter of your finding? Because there have also been concerns of the fluidity of the interbank market system.
Yeah. So the interbank market has already got a framework, and what we are talking about is a significant improvement in place. The agreement with the players is in place. The RBZ is on place, so we're almost ready to go.
Sugar producer Tonga Yulet says sugar production at its Zimbabwean unit increased by 16% from 392,000 tons in the previous year to 453,700 tons. Yields also improved following the recovery from the drought through increased irrigation. The group's various sugar operations recorded an operating profit of 346 million rand relative to a 437 million rand loss in the prior year, mainly attributable to a fair value gain and foreign currency translation benefits in the Zimbabwean operations. The Zimbabwe sugar operations generated a profit of 1,200 billion rand. MDC Zimbabwe has raised red flag on Zimbabwe economy and calls for urgent economic reforms as we get into 2020. Let's have a look at what our Equity Access team got on the ground.
We are in an economic bloodbath. Mutuli does not know what he's doing. The Reserve Bank governor has gone on with their looting ways. The economy has gone collapsed. People's savings are gone. There is no money. There is no economic direction. There is no policy consistency. Corruption is eating into the economy. The budget is useless. As soon as it was announced, hyperinflation is back. 2020 is gloomy. Something has to give.
So what do you think would be the remedy under such economic turbulence?
What we need is to restore Zimbabwe to legitimacy, implement reload, look at electoral reform, bring confidence to the market, stop corruption, deal with the currency fluctuation, be able to bring investor confidence, both local and external, and restore people's incomes and savings, and then we can start from there.
announced the implementation of Stage 2 load shedding owing to loss of power imports from the region and depressed local generation. Dilapidating coal-fired generators at Hwange and reduced output at Kariba has seen the country experience low power generation, which has resulted in power cuts that last up to 18 hours a day. Power imports have been reduced due to capacity problems in neighboring countries. This Monday, the South Africa power utility Eskom announced that it will increase its load shedding from stage 4 to stage 6 as from 6 o'clock on Monday, 9 December. Zimbabwe is currently generating less than 820 megawatts from 3 power stations against a daily peak demand of 1,600 megawatts in winter and 1,400 megawatts in summer. Harare and Bulawayo thermal power stations are not generating electricity at the moment. Before capacitation challenges, Zimbabwe would import at least 50 megawatts daily from Eskom of South Africa and 100 megawatts from Cabora Bassa of Mozambique to meet the supply gap. Government is seeking approval to explore nuclear energy generation from the International Atomic Energy Agency. The nuclear is set to be generated from uranium from Hwange in a bid to minimize electricity demand. The need for nuclear energy comes at a time when Zimbabwe is only generating 650 megawatts per day against a demand of 1,400 megawatts. The ministry is yet to conduct a proper study to see how much power could be generated from the nuclear energy. Tobacco and nickel pushed Zimbabwe's exports to the second best monthly performance in 11 years, recording a trade surplus of $83 million. Nickel earned $99.5 million in October, giving a $4 million difference from the previous month, in which it earned a total of $95 million. Tobacco also contributed immensely to the improved trading performance, earning the country a total of $100 million compared to the $49.9 million obtained in September. One cannot, however, overlook the impact of import suppression as a key driver of favorable trade position as achieved in October and 2019 in general. Data shows a sharp contraction in the importation of key factors of production and inputs such as diesel, petrol, electricity, soybean, and wheat. Suppression of these imports has led to market-wide imbalances as demand remains high in certain sectors such as energy. Power shortages have resulted in production cuts and weak volume performances for producers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and to visit our website on www.equityaccess.net. From the Equity Access team and I, have a great evening.
Climbing to the top takes more than just hard work and smart choices. It's the passion that drives you from within, the endurance to keep going through difficult times, and having a very clear vision of how to succeed. That's what we strive for at CBZ. We're a diversified and innovative listed financial services group in Zimbabwe with a complete range of activities including banking, short and long-term insurance, asset management, and property investments. CBZ has been a pinnacle for stability in the economic landscape of Zimbabwe, stemming from our deep-rooted values, our excellent customer service delivery, and our corporate vision to strive for excellence as a global competitor. Our continuous investment in research and development will cement our promise to provide customer convenience utilizing state-of-the-art technology. Relationships are at the core of what we do. We understand, however, that strong, long-lasting partnerships are not built overnight. With over 3 decades of wealth management, we have come to understand our clients and their specific investment requirements. Our unique mix of skills ensures that investment opportunities are examined from all perspectives. The balancing rocks of Zimbabwe have weathered the elements for thousands of years and stood the test of time, like majestic reminders of the fine balance of nature. They challenge our perception of what is possible and what endures. Just as CBZ has weathered the economic storms and remained steadfast throughout the turbulence of unsettled economies. Achieving the impossible through resilience and stability, we balance the elements of hard work, dedication and experience, making us your ideal partner for success.